This week's Piltch Point with Abram Piltch is proudly powered by Monster Products. The headphones on my head right now. The Monster Elements, available in full over-ear and on-ear, plus a whole line of in-ear, on-ear, over-ear headphones, plus Bluetooth speakers from the little tiny hotshot to the giant Monster Blaster available, plus, of course, all the cables to connect these devices and all of your other devices, whether they be computers, TVs, home entertainment systems, are all available by going to f5live.tv/monster. And of course, that music means that it is time for the Piltch Point with online editorial director of Laptop Magazine and Tom's Guide, Abram Piltch. Abram!
Hey!
Hey!
Hey! Still here.
Still here, hooray!
So, I wish I could kind of play that music, the theme music on this thing.
Oh, that would be fun.
So,
I totally want to see that.
So, what I have here is Lego Boost. And right now it looks like a guitar, but the guitar is one of only 5 robots that you can build with this $159 kit. The first one looks more like a Johnny Number 5 type of humanoid robot. So I reviewed this week, and this is the best robot kit I have seen for younger kids. It is targeted at ages 7 and up, like 7 to 12, but my 5-year-old son totally got it. It teaches children how to program by having them build really cool stuff with real Legos that have a few electronic parts. So I highly recommend this. So let me show you the app a little bit. So if I can launch this over here, the app, of course, while I'm on here, it's not there. Okay. So the app, I still have a beta version of the app. So what the app does is, when it loads, you'll see the app is where everything happens. So you run this app, which is available for Android or iOS. Although the biggest disappointment, the only thing wrong with Lego's system here is that so far it's not available in the Amazon store. So if you have a Fire, you're going to have some issues. So,
and that's really disappointing because
it's not a very good business move on their part, because the most popular kids tablet in the world, or at least in the US, is Fire.
That's what I was thinking.
And if you're not in the Fire store, you really can't get it. They don't have Google Play. For those not familiar, they don't have Google Play on Amazon. And yeah, you could sideload it, but you can't use sideloaded apps in a child's profile. I know this very intimately because my son has a Fire tablet, which, by the way, is the best tablet for kids because it's got great parental controls and good content. I hope they're going to bring it. They'll come to their senses and bring it to the store, because Lego has their Mindstorm and other apps on the Amazon store, so why they wouldn't do this one doesn't make any sense.
That is very strange.
Any company that is making something for kids and doesn't put it on that Amazon store is basically throwing money in the garbage. But that's another story for another day. So over here, you see this set of robots here, and there's 5 robots you can make out of the box. There's Barney, which is this Johnny Number 5 looking guy. There's the guitar. There's one that looks like a rover. There's one that looks like a cat. And there's one that looks like a factory. And then you can also sort of free play make one. Now, what's really cool about this is the app makes it really easy to see what your to code, and it doesn't require even kids to know how to read. So when you open up something like the guitar, you see that there's a set of lessons in here, and you have to unlock them. So it's all gamified. Now on here I've unlocked them, but in the first one you go to, it actually teaches you to build it, and then it lets you code. So in order to actually use it, you got to turn the device on, and on the device you've got this little Bluetooth LE thing called the Move Hub, and that has 2 motors in it and accelerometer for telling if it's been vibrated. There's also a second motor that you use a motor, or in this case, it's the twanger. It actually detects movement. And then there's an IR sensor over here, which in this case is actually seeing how far away the slider is and can make different sounds based on that. So, when you want to build something, it actually gives you like step-by-step instructions here that you can go through that kind of tell you like what blocks to use. And then when you're done with that, you have this part here where there's like little blocks of code that you drag around. And there's even a little finger that tells you what to drag, so kids can see sort of what they're supposed to do, and then they can experiment. So my son's 5 years old, and he was writing programs with this. So one of the cool things you can do is like each lesson that you have, each like level that you unlock gives you new capabilities. Then there's like a free play mode, right? So here's one, for example, where what it's showing you, if you can see, is that like each of those little orange blocks is like an if-then sort of statement, like conditional. So if I'm over the red block, play this sound. If I'm over the green block, play that sound. And I start my program by hitting the little green play button. And then we'll see if this works over here. You can, I better turn up the volume. You can play it by, okay, let's see if this works now. So you see, this is a motor here that you're twanging,
Okay.
but it's actually functioning as a sensor right now. This is the IR sensor that kind of knows where the slider is, so it knows you're over green. And then over here is the like Bluetooth LE motor thing. And like I said, it comes with 850 Lego pieces, and they're real Lego pieces, so you can combine them with other Lego pieces that you have and do all kinds of cool stuff. But they don't just say, here, like, try something. They give you 5 different really powerful robots to make, and you can keep unlocking them. What my son really enjoyed on this is the free play thing, where you can sort of make any program you want on it, and it's like this toolbox over here. So it shows you these like different icons for the programs you've done, right? And then he wrote a program. This is a little crazy, where instead of playing sounds when you go over the different blocks, it plays like him singing crazy stuff. So, because it has a voice changer in it, so like you can record a little clip, and then you can make it like speed up or slow down your voice. So like, let me see, which one is it? The red one. Wait, did I have it going? Oh, I didn't hit the play button. Anyway, that's kind of horrifying if you have to listen to it a lot, but it's funny for him. Anyway, but anyway, so the long story short, I have a detailed review on this on tomsguide.com. I strongly recommend it to parents. $159 is a really low price compared to what we see. Like, I reviewed the Sony Coof kit the other day, and like, you can't get it with that many, to get it with all the real blocks that you need is like $350. Older kids who want more complicated stuff to do, they might, and have experience programming, they might say, you might want them to try something like Lego Mindstorm, which is a little more advanced.
Sure.
But for getting your child started with the concepts of coding, it just makes it really, really easy. The kid doesn't even have to know how to read yet. Building the projects, they might need the parents' help. Like,
Okay.
my son could not have built this guitar on his own. He wouldn't have had the patience. He sat with me and we did it together, and I primarily did it. But writing the programs after it was done, he totally got that, and he totally did that. And he was totally excited to do it. So, while it's not going to teach you like C++ or something like that,
Right.
The concepts that it teaches of like dragging blocks together and making them do things is a good start for children to learn how to program. and it basically uses this very similar system to MIT's Scratch Junior. Those not familiar, MIT has a child's programming language called Scratch, and there's Scratch. Scratch is block based, and then Scratch Junior is also block based, but like this is completely made with icons and no writing. There's like no writing in the program except for the names of things you save, and it gives them names for you. So you basically don't have to know how to read to use the app at all. So, the app alone is great. The only downside of this thing is that if your child's main device is a Fire tablet, then you're going to have to give them another device, or hopefully at some point soon Lego comes to its senses and realizes that it's actually locking millions of people out of the market for no apparent reason.
Right.
Because Amazon just uses Android apps, so all they had to do is upload it to Amazon Store to get, to avoid alienating those customers. But they're not alone. Unfortunately, I've noticed a lot of people making app-enabled toys don't get it and don't understand that actually they'd be better off if they only picked one. They'd be better in Amazon Store because those are the leading kids things. But anywho, it's also available for iOS, so it runs on your iPad. It also runs on any Android device, and if you're savvy enough to sideload it, you could sideload it on someone's Fire tablet, but it wouldn't work in the child profile.
Gotcha.
So, but really, really awesome thing, and a really good deal at $159 because, like I said, other robot kits that can make only one robot or things that are a lot less functional than this cost a lot more, and the level and the software is so dead simple and so gamified, which is what I really like about it. It's like you're unlocking different things to move you along. And my son totally gets the unlocking concept from other video games that he's played and all kinds of things. So like when he sees, oh, I want to do the next thing to unlock the next level, it gives him incentive to keep going.
Sure.
And keep learning.
I've noticed that on Periscope, we've had a lot of people join since you put the guitar down.
I'm sorry. Here you go. So let me see if I can.
So that's the device we're talking about.
This is okay. So this is the guitar build of the Lego Boost. There's also the first thing you probably will build is the Varney robot, which looks a lot like a combination between Wall-E and Johnny Number 5. He's a guy with a face and treads. Oh, and I'll just mention real quick, all the sound comes out of the app. So this isn't, if you're looking at this as like an adult robot person, you'd be like, oh, they're not giving me a lot of sensors, because they're giving you basically 3 electronic pieces. The IR sensor, which supposedly can also sense colors, but I wasn't able to do that yet. The motor, which can also sort of serve as this is a motor, but it also in this case is serving as like a sensor to know when you're moving this back and forth. And the move hub, which is this block here, which has 2 motors on the sides of it, so it can roll wheels for something or treads, and it has the Bluetooth LE inside, which is like gotta be on for it to connect to the app.
Makes sense.
And you need to use the app at all times when you're using it. So, but listen, this is a learning and fun thing, and it is a lot of fun.
Very cool.
My son and I had a blast with this. As an adult, if you're still building, if you want to put the time in, granted, it might take you like 2 hours to build this, but it's well worth it, and there's like 5 of the things that they recommend that you build, and then you can just go off on your own too and build anything. Understood. So it's very cool. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great way, the best way that I've seen for young kids to learn about programming.
Very cool. And if people want to read the full review, where can they go?
They can go to tomsguide.com and look for our Lego Boost review there, which we've got very detailed and video of it working.
Very cool. Well, obviously, as always, Avram, we appreciate you bringing us the interesting products that you get to see in your daily life. And I hope people will go read it, because I still have to kind of prove to my boss that people want to read reviews of robot kits. So gotcha.
Help me get some traffic so I can get more time to write these things, because I'm getting a lot of emails now from companies that want to send me more more robot kits to review,
Understood.
and I enjoy them, but I have to have the time to put in.
Sure. All right. So if you're watching, definitely go over, check out the review. We need page views over there.
Yeah. Check out the review, and it's available now. I would absolutely, if you're a parent, you can afford to buy a robot kit for your kid. This is actually quite affordable. I would definitely look for this now, or it definitely will make a great holiday gift or birthday gift coming up.
Very cool. Well, as always, Abram, thank you.